Good morning, gang. It's My still in Budapest. Actually, by the time you get this, we might be headed to Italy. In fact, yes, that'll be the day that you get this video. We are leaving Budapest for Nasconisha tomorrow, and then we are heading off to Italy for a little while. God's changed our plans and our life. So I need to get this done so that you can get it while we're traveling. Luke chapter 22. We are getting to the end of the life of Christ. We'll have to figure out what we're going to study after that. Luke 22, we're going to be in verse 31 through 34. So follow with me while I read. Now, before I read, remember where they were? They're still in the upper room. They've just finished dinner. Jesus has told them the new commandment, that we are to love one another so that the world will see that we're different from them. Okay, now let's see what they're going to talk about. Verse 31 of Luke 22 says, "And the Lord said, Simon, Simon," that's Peter, Simon Peter, "behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat." Satan wants to destroy you, Peter. "But I have prayed for you, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren." And he said unto him, "Lord," Peter said, "Lord, I'm ready to go with you, both into prison and to death." Peter was ready to follow Christ. Are we? We're going to find out that Peter failed at this, but yet God still loved him. We fail sometimes, but God still loves us. Let's see what God says back to him. In verse 34, it says, "And he said," Jesus said, "I tell thee, Peter, the cock, the rooster, shall not crow this day before thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me." So Jesus said, that rooster is going to crow 3 times. And before he, the rooster is gonna crow, cock-a-doodle-doo, or here they say, coo-ca-dee-coo, coo-ca-dee-coo. Before the rooster crows, you're gonna deny me 3 times. 3 times, people are gonna come up to you and ask you, "Do you know who that is?" You're gonna say, "Nope, I have no clue. I'm not with him." You're going to deny me. And here he was saying, "Lord, I will go both into prison and to death for thee." And yet Jesus says, today, this very day, you're going to deny me 3 times. Wow. Christ knew what was going to happen in Peter's life. Christ knew that he was not going to be strong all the time, and that he wasn't going to be, he was going to be afraid of people and what people were going to do to him and not follow Christ. And yet God still loved him. God knows what's going to happen in our life long before it happens. And I'm so thankful for that. This last month has been one of the hardest times Papa and I have ever had to go through, besides my open heart. And yet God knew it was going to be a horrible, wretched time for us. And he has it all planned out. But he wants us to try and be strong for him. And yet at the same time, he knows he made us. He made you. He knows exactly what you will do and what you won't do. But he wants us to be strong for him. He wants us to do what's right for him. Peter wanted to do what was right, and yet he was just a man, just like you and me, and he failed. But God still loved him. I want you to remember that. God has a plan for you, and he loves you no matter what. But we need to try and be strong for him. When people come up and say, "Hey, are you a Christian? Do you go to that church? Do you really believe that there's a God?" And you'll get that in your life. We need to remember, it doesn't matter what that person thinks. It matters what God thinks. And remember Peter, God knew what he was going to do. And God said, "I want to strengthen you, Peter. You can do this." And yet Peter failed, but God still loved him. I hope this is a good example for us. That even though God knows that we're failures, God knows that we're frail and we are not strong all the time, We need to try to be strong, and we need to try to be a testimony and claim that we follow him when people ask us to. I hope you're having a great day. I love you. I'll see you next time.